Hey YouTube, it's Team Reed here, and we're back to share a great way to prepare Cornish hens. We usually like to prepare them for small gatherings for the holidays, and sometimes when it's just us and we want to do like a nice Sunday dinner or something. It's like having your own little mini turkey. But anyhow, let's not waste any time, let's get started. Alright, we'll start by prepping the hens. To do this, we'll make sure that we cut the necks and cut the tails off of all of the hens because that's not something we want to consume. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. Next, we'll move on into removing any loose fat, any loose trimmings from all the hens, and rinsing them out pretty well. Okay, now that the hens are clean, we want to grab some paper towels to, absorb some of the moisture that's on the hens. This is very, very helpful when you are seasoning because this will allow the seasoning to stick more to the hen. Okay, once you've dried the hens enough, you're going to spread them out on a platter to allow them to air dry some more until you're ready to season. Okay, now we're ready to move on to making the rub. Combine all the dry ingredients in a bowl and mix it well. Using a teaspoon, add 1 teaspoon of the seasoning to the softened butter. Okay, now we're going to mix the seasoning and the butter to create a butter paste to go onto the hens. Now we're going to gently lift the skin covering the breast of the Cornish hen. This is where we will be inserting the butter. Okay, now you're going to add the butter paste underneath the skin of all of the Cornish hens. This butter paste will make sure that the breast portion of the Cornish hen maintains its moisture and, it locks in the flavor. Okay, now we're going to gently massage the butter into the breast portion of the Cornish hen. We're going to make sure that it's spread out pretty even because once we fry it, we don't want like clumps of butter in one spot. Okay, now we're ready to apply the rub. We're going to start by adding the rub inside the cavity of all the Cornish hens. This is definitely an opportunity to maximize the seasoning and the flavor throughout the Cornish hen, so make sure you don't miss this. Now we're ready to season the outer skin. Be sure to apply a generous amount of seasoning because this is going to be the flavor that you're going to taste throughout the Cornish hen. When you've finished applying the amount of seasoning to your liking, you're going to let this marinate for 30 minutes. While the Cornish hens are marinating, we're going to prepare our injection. We're going to start by zesting an orange. Now we're going to slice the same orange and extract the juice using a juicer. Now we're ready to combine the marinade. We're going to start by adding the Creole butter. Now the Italian dressing. You're going to add about half of the fresh squeezed orange juice. And last, you're going to add the orange zest. Once you've added all of the ingredients, you're going to cover it with your blender cap and then blend for 1 minute. The marinade looks good, and now we're ready to inject the hens. Okay, we're going to use an injection syringe to insert the marinade into the Cornish hen. We're going to start by inserting into the breast portion of the Cornish hen. It's a pretty thick portion. When you do the injections, you want to make sure that you don't go too deep into the meat. Go about halfway in, because if you go too far, then you're going to get spillage from that portion of the meat, and when you get ready to fry it, it's going to come out in the fryer. We like to make several injections of the marinade, and it's because we love flavor. And when you fry it or bake it and you bite into that portion that has the marinade in it, you get this enormous amount of flavor, great taste. So I highly recommend doing as many injections as you can without oversaturating the meat. A good visual indicator that you're doing your injections properly is when you see the meat raise when you do the injection. If you look closely, you'll see the meat raise just a little bit. Okay, now that we've finished with the injections, we're going to let the Cornish hens sit for a little bit while we prepare the fryer. We're gonna set our indoor Butterball turkey fryer to about 325 to 350 degrees. Okay, now that the oil is ready, we're gonna add a sliced baking potato to the oil. And this is gonna help to prevent the oil from burning. This is a tip that was shared by my mother-in-law, Mary, who makes some of the best fried chicken we've ever had, hands down. It's always the same golden color, same amazing flavor in every single batch. So of course, we're gonna follow her technique. Carefully place the Cornish hen into the frying basket and slowly lower it into the oil. Once the hen is cooled enough to touch, carefully slice it into portions. See, this is what we've been waiting for. This moment right here, where you get to see and taste this flavor pocket. And just like that, we're done. We hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you get a chance to make the recipe, definitely give us the feedback and tell us what you think. In the meantime, please like and subscribe. Thank you.